Okay. Add stream marker. And let's get started. All right. So, welcome to my tier list for this year. I know we're in February now. There's no way I was gonna get all the tier list done in January. Even though it would have been ideal because only two servants came out and they were both extra class, so they would have came out in the last videos. But he's fine. As we go through the year, any servants added, I'm just gonna place them in their individual videos. Uh, but that's only for new servants after their tier list is already done. So if you get a Lancer, for Valentine's Day, which was announced recently, uh, this morning actually, uh, they'll be added when I do the servant review. As always, let's go over the rules. All servants are being directly compared to each other on the list itself. Like, I'm not gonna say that Muramasa is a shit looper in comparison to Percival because they function pretty differently. Like, in terms of refund and damage, they function very, very differently. So, not being compared. Only, like, say, Percival and Summer Melt, they will definitely be compared. 100% they're being compared. Uh, MP1 for gotcha servants, MP5 for welfare. I am using Jord's list because this is all MP1 stuff. That's why I'm not using like buster farming list, which when it comes to actual buster farming, I will use that list, but this is like farming you do with most servants without having to uh truly like over invest in a servant to like force them to 3-turn farm. Like all these should be MP1 or MP5s if they're welfare, like Jason here. Max skill is max mana loading in a pen, so refund is at its best. C's at level 100. That's for damage purposes. So general requirements. EX is if they do something extremely well, or they do something very, very well, and it's not too niche, or there's a higher rarity servant and of the same category, and they just straight up do it better. I already mentioned that character. Percival, he's spoiler alert, he's going up in EX. I'm not gonna do it right at the start, but he's going in EX. A is very good servants, but servants that can do it better. B, replaceable servants fulfill a certain niche that is very populated. Usable servants, not the best, not the worst, and usually need a boss. D is uphill battle using the servant. You might have other options that are free to play either in a different class or in the lower rarities. Extremely niche, they do one thing extremely well that most other servants cannot do. I use Phantom of the Opera in this example from the low tier. And I believe archers, there was Calamity Jane. So it's not just low star servants. This can apply to other servants as well. And then don't use at all. They are garbage, clunky. They don't work. Don't use them. This is, by the way, in alphabetical order based on how I type them in the file. So might not be entirely alphabetical, but it's how I did it. So let's get started. First pick, or first servant is. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're starting this like controversial as shit. So Bradamante. Where are you? Where are thou? Right here. All right. First off, I need to bring this up because at MP1, apparently you cannot do black rail farming. Maybe with 3 Scotties. or maybe with higher copies. But usually I would trust Jord on this one. You probably any solution to fixing this would require like probably Nero Bride for MP gain. If I had to take a guess, I would say MP that Bradamante's like problem is MP gain, and you would need to use Nero Bride for her battery and everything. Yeah. If I had to take a guess, that would be it. All right. So that honestly will affect placement. So base attack low for a 5-star. HP very, very high for a 5-star. Like this is some of the highest in the game. So she's supposed to be more tanky. We all unfortunately this is not an art tier list. Or yeah. I can't rake her for this. Unfortunately. She would be a lot high. She would at least be an A for ass. As in a good ass, not ass as in bad. All right, MP charge 0.7%. That is better than a lot of other quick servants. You kind of needs it though, because her MP is lower hits at 5. 30s. Targetable 20. This and not having an MP gain is why her looping is a little scuffed. Like battery only being 20 is hurtful, which again is why I'd say go for Nero Bride, because then you can still do the append and pop Nero Bride on turn 1 and just give her all the buffs she needs. Only one passive. Get mana loading if you get her. Not a buffed MP. The stun chance isn't guaranteed. It's closer to waivers. This is nice. MP damage. She doesn't have enough stuff. She's relying on her Bond CE to get like multiplicative buffs for like refund, which is not a good thing because you're not going to use this on a quick servant. Art servant maybe, but not a quick servant. Okay, so now we are at Lancers, AoE. Bradamante. Her base damage is higher than Brit, but Brit has 2 different damage mods. And yeah, all Bradamante has is a card buff. That and the MP damage, I guess. But that's it. Her battery isn't strong enough. She doesn't have MP gain. These are things that can easily be fixed with a buff. I'd honestly want them to put the MP gain on the MP and just like let her ramp up. I think that would help her out probably the most because that would also fix her damage for her MP, because she doesn't have power mods. It's just class advantage. So no matter what, she's not. I'm pretty sure there's no way she can do black rail farming. No way. I might just put her in B for butt. It might just be B for butt because she might be 1 buff away from actually being able to farm like fairly consistently. And like her kit for a boss is like nice. It's just farming is the problem. Like boss stuff like guts, defense, cleanse. This is good stuff for a boss. It's just like most people would be using her in yeah, like she's just meant to be used in a boss fight. Like her problem is that most servants that are meant to be used in a boss fight are also able to do farming if they're AoE. So yeah, she's in B. She's not bad. It's just that literally the next servant I talk about can just do this job better. So newest Lancer, Britomart, which is just like sexy elf girl from generic animes which isn't a bad thing because like this is the first time they put a character like this, and like her first ascension is so different. Base attack, good. This is just above average. HP, lower, but it's still good. This is good HP for a 5-star. Slightly higher MP charge. Her deck is more focused on damage. MP Gen, crit attack against survivability. Stars, this is boss fight stuff, and debuff immunity is nice for 3 turns. They'd have to yeet it off to put any debuffs on you, so good for staying alive. 30% card buffs, and the battery is 30%, so she can do farming. She's not as tanky in a boss fight, but she dishes out way more damage. You will want to be using her with Ruler Scotty and OG Scotty for like optimal stuff, but like probably 2 rulers and 1 regular Scotty. Debuff res, just like Bradamante, only 1 passive. You are gonna want mana loading. Her MP is 6 hits, gives invincibility, ignore invul. If someone has the writing passive, they get 50% more damage, which this is way better on an archer than it is a lancer, because most archers do not have writing. It is very few. However, it does mean a lot of riders have the writing passive, as they should. Deals extra damage to rider enemies. So this is why Britomart, where are you? This is why she hits single target damage on riders. This is the, you're not getting super effective. You're not getting the, just because you're fighting riders, but mixed nodes with archers and riders, she is going to clap them. And it's not like that doesn't happen, because just look at strengthening quests, and there are definitely some nodes that will come up that are like that. It's not going to be you're not going to take advantage of this all the time. I'm not saying you should be using her to be farming riders, because you shouldn't. If you have Summer Valks in Castoria, you should be using Summer Valks if you want to farm rider, because those, they can black rail at 1/1/1 skills. Damage mod against servants with the riding passive, so even more damage for her. And unlike Bradamante, she can do black rail farming. That damage to the 208,000 damage. She's matching what Oberon numbers for normal double Vich setups. Yeah, she's hitting decent enough damage at type neutral, and then she'll get more than double the damage if you bring her to fight a rider. She's not EX, but she's definitely better than Bradamante. Hey. Next up, we have Brynhild. Oh. There's a reason I put it like that, so I wasn't misclicking. All right, Brynhilder. You are single target. Yeah. Okay. So attack lower than average, but still good. HP higher. This is almost 15k. Good. MP charge high. Hit counts could be better, but at least she has some good hit counts. She's a lancer, she does want more hits on her quick card, and considering she's year 1, or late year. Wait, are you year 1? Yeah, you're year 1, but just barely year 1. Damage steroid, this is at a weaker value. Like, this needs to get buffed. 30% battery, crit attack chance down, and neutering MP damage. Doesn't matter whether they're a servant or not. Star weight, targetable for 3 turns. Crit damage, 40%. Recovers HP. This is for Sigurd. This is literally stuff to give to Sigurd to make him function better. It doesn't work when you have 2 SSRs and like one is supposed to be supporting the other specifically, like giving them what they need. Magic resist, riding, divinity E. 30% battery, so you might want to do mana loading, but it really is up to you. Like, you might choose extra attack depending if you want to like do stuff with Bryn. But she does not have survivability. Her survivability is a heal that is not necessarily for her. NP, damage to one enemy, party crit star gen up 50% for 3 turns, and damage mod against Brynhild's beloved. This has so many enemies, and it's not exactly clear what the requirement is besides them being a hero. So yeah, decent amount of archers, but they're not exactly bosses. Like, the tankiest one would be Super Ryan, but these guys, they're not necessarily the most common. Buster performance MP gem when she's on the field. This is for Sigurd again. So she's a sub DPS slash support. And let me look here. She does hit extremely hard though. It's not the most common trait, but it is kind of common. So this is fairly good damage, I guess, but we're already seeing Shisho and Enkidu. They hit way harder. Melusine can hit, and Melusine is Melusine. And this is 1 turn. Right, yeah, I have to preface it. That is 1 turn damage. Drops off significantly after. So I don't know. See, around here, baseball. See, needs a buff. And like barely usable. I don't think she's that bad, but like this is a pain point. This is a very bad pain point. She's doing way better than she used to, but like this needs to get buffed. Like as soon as possible, because it's the last thing in her kit that hasn't been buffed. She needs this. Because her face, like, unless she has this, her face scar damage isn't that good. She'll only have the crit damage if she puts it on herself. Yeah, no, she needs a buff. Caenis. Right. Caenis. Love the character. Basically Mordred. With how you need to treat them. Because they will not make a new hole inside of you if you provoke them too much. Base attack higher than average. HP should be good for a 4-star. Not that bad. MP charge 0.86, very good. Hit counts look awesome. For a 4-star, this looks really good. High MP charge, high star gen, and like 5 hit extra attack here. Refund in QABs should be good. Monster strength, 2 turns. Unfortunate, but you can still double stack it. It's just it's a little iffy, a little risky. Like turn 1 damage isn't gonna be good. Yeah, especially because you're gonna have to use double Oberon. The first turn's damage is not gonna be good because you can't pop this. You can't pop this twice in a double Oberon, and you're gonna have to pop it to turn 2. So if you don't kill turn 1, oof. Buff. Defense down when normal attacking. 3 attacks, 3 turns. I feel like this they could have taken this restriction off, and it wouldn't have been broken. 15 stars every turn, 20% battery, so they can actually do double Oberon farming. Again, damage isn't going to be good, but at least they can do it. Damage cut, 3 attacks, 3 turns. Again, it's 3,000 though, so I get it. You can't have 3 turns of this kind of damage cut. This is really, really high. And with guts, good passives. Good passives. Only has 1 arts card though. Pens really aren't gonna matter, and plus it's MP1, so yeah. Ups crit damage on MP. Ups MP damage on MP. So this is why like turn 3 kind of damage isn't that bad, because they will be at least stacking up MP damage as they go through the waves. It's not gonna be a whole lot, but it's something. B. Even outside of buster farming, like you're still ramping up crit damage on MP. And you can just use double Vitch in a boss fight and just start really, really ramping up the crit. So yeah, you go here. Where are you? Yeah, that's not bad MP1 damage. And also, wait a second. Yeah, also, since I'm talking about double Vitch, you'll stack this. And there's no other damage steroid, so Buster buffs do help Karna out a lot. Let me change this real quick. All right, Don Quixote. And his horse with him. I like the dynamic. Horse girl with a midget. Or sorry, not a midget. Small guy. He is very, very short. Like dwarf level short. 8.6 attack. So lower than average. HP is up to compensate. MP charge at 0.71%. So good for a quick servant. Sergeant a little lower than average. Don't worry about it. Hit counts look really good. 5 hits on the quick and extra. Arts is only 3, but that's his MP gen. It's fine. 20% quick can buster up. Ew. With the guts. At least you don't waste it, but that's still only 20%. That's no bueno. 20% attack. MP gauge every turn, stars every turn. Good, very good skill. Or not like. I feel this could have been a 5 turn, but I think that actually would have been a little too much. Yeah, these are 3 gen and star gen are usually 6 turns. It's just the attack buff isn't. Just could have been a charisma though. No, it wouldn't have been charisma. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a charisma. Okay, so when your gauge is at 30, you charge everyone else's by 30, but you reduce your entire MP gauge to 0. So do not pop this. Yeah, you cannot pop this when you're about to MP. It's not going to end well. You lose all your charge. And 20 star bomb. Single target, 5 hit quick. Damage monoguns giants, which it's common, but not really. It's pretty much only the berserkers you're going to use him against, and I guess King Protea. So not the best use case. It would just like it would have. Luckily there are NPCs. Suitor's a saber though. Megalos, just like big enemies, like really big enemies. A lot of them are berserkers actually though, so I guess 1,000 damage to himself. Charisma on his MP, 20% for 3 turns, and crit damage up as well. So he has. Okay, yeah. So I actually was just talking about this with about Talalak. This is what Ishar has on her charisma, and he just has it on his NP. So if you're able to loop, you can start stacking stuff up pretty well. The problem is his niche is like super specific. Damage. Honestly, not that bad. Yeah, his damage isn't that bad. It's just that it's being compared to 3 stars. Yeah, actually, I take it back. This is not great damage. His kit's way better than all of these. Dear mode contentious. Like for kit. I mean by kit, I mean like damage multiplying and all that stuff. But it does need work. I'm not gonna say he's like his MP. It's fine. His skills need a little bit of work. Like this fully draining needs to go. This needs to get buffed. Get rid of this full drain. Just reduce it by 30. And this needs to go up to 30. This is he's in C. Underwhelming skills. But he does have use. He does have like a very modern kit. He has potential. It's just not right now. Ellie. All right, so main thing for Ellie is esports. I am definitely mostly going to be viewing her as esports because attack okay, HP lower for a 4-star, but it's still decently high, I guess. MB charge is good, but her hit count is so shit. Like you're not refunding well outside of QABs. QABs are literally what saves her from having ridiculously dog shit gains. You buff female allies 40% attack. You remove the latest buff from your enemy, reduce all enemies' defense for 3 turns, and skill seal them. All enemies. You would not be popping this in esports. Debuff res, territory creation. She does do this, but you're not looping her MP. This is something cool to make buffs fail, but it's not, you're not looping the MP unless you're like brute forcing it with Vitch. At least it's AoE buster, but she's not buster farming. So I am 100% keeping her as an esports unit. If she's not that bad because she gets her buff, but she's not that good either. Her guts needs to get buffed because it's a bad guts. Like not even regular battle continuation. It's like it's a turn shorter duration too. Oh wait, no, it's not even battle continuation. It's like performer continuation, right? No, it is battle continuation. It's just a weak version of it. At least this is AoE now, unless. Yeah, also this curse is nothing. See if we're talking like, yeah, see. If we're talking like, I want to put her here, but I don't think just esports alone is enough to put her in extremely niche. Otherwise, more servants would go there. AoE. Yeah. Her damage is just not. At least she does more damage like than these MP5 3-stars. At least she does more damage than them. But Santa Lily is also AoE and she's MP5. So yeah, Ellie stays at C. I don't hate her. It's just she needs more help. Enkidu. This man has the versatility now. I just talked about his buff a couple months ago. Low attack, high HP, not the highest, but it is fairly high. MP charge 0.53. If he wasn't rocking this deck, this would have been higher, but my god, is he rocking this deck? You can, especially now with QABs, like you put the arts card last, he's probably refunding his entire MP if it crits. More likely than not, he's going to refund the entire MP. Yeah, just good upstairs in general. Only criticism would, I want this to be higher, but I know they're not. It's not going to happen. This is only a problem if he's not solo. If he's solo, like this literally doesn't matter. Whether you get the quick or arts, you're always gonna want you're mostly gonna want the quick. for like chain purposes. But if you get arts too, it's just you're gonna refund your MP. So Buster is like this is for when you MP and then you follow up with a QAB. Or like preferably QAB for like max refund, but if you get quick, just Buster quick probably. And you might refund and make a lot more stars. So buff second skill, removes evasion buffs and gives himself evasion and crit attack chance down 50%. This is buffed. 10k heal, removes debuffs and a 50% battery. So now you can choose whether you want to be using him for solos or just to nuke someone in like a 90 plus. Because now he can go 50 to 100. If you have an AoE, even no. Okay, so I would for 90 plus or 90 plus, you would want this. But for solo servants, as a solo servant, he would want this more. He would benefit from this more. But like him having a 50 means like this isn't as important as it could be. Like if he only had a 30% battery, you would need this to be able to use him in 90 plus. NP hits ridiculously hard, single target, 200% extra damage threat to humanity, stuns divine enemies, reduces their defense, activates first. His MP is ludicrously good. Like threat to humanity, hits hard. Doesn't hit as hard as Shisho when she gets both of her niches up, which now it's possible. So, but this requires way more setup. Shisho requires way more setup. This is the hardest bosses in the game, and foreigners. Yeah, so no one he gets actual type advantage against except the Mecha Ellies. And even then, it's not really. You wouldn't bring him to fight Oberon. But it's all the trees. Yeah, it's Chronos, or which is important now. And trees. So it's good he has this, but he's not exactly the best class to have it. That's why Kukulkan, who it's not really a spoiler. Yeah, it's not a spoiler at this point. When people see the MP in game, she has threat against humanity, which as a foreigner, she has class advantage against other foreigners. So all foreigners have threat against threat to humanity, I believe, except Kukulkan, maybe. So that is literally free damage whenever she's getting class advantage. Enkidu, not so much, but he's type neutral. He's still gonna hit very, very hard. And like it's really nice that this procs first and lasts. If you can refund, you can start stacking this really quickly. And if they're divine, you're also stunning them, which also I believe a lot of the foreigners have divinity. Okay, yeah, so all of these foreigners, he'll just stun them. So he'll get a free turn. So yeah, damage won't go up, but he's almost certainly going to stun them. Bonsi is weak. Enkidu, he has the versatility now to put him in here. He's not Melusine versatile, but I mean, kinda in a different way. They both can work well in 90 plus. Melusine is just like Melusine can handle multiple waves in a 90 plus. Enkidu can just like he can be put in there and hit so stupidly hard, and then it's whatever after that. And then his like solo stuff is well known. So he goes here. Ereshkigal. And I put the new I put 10 Ereshkigal in this. He has reasons. Summer Ereshkigal is still possible, chat. It's still possible. Right. So attack low, HP really, really high. Like this is some of the highest in the game. Ereshkigal is super, super tanky. And her kit just makes her even more tanky. MP charge at 0.54. When you look at this stuff, having a 6-hit art card with this MP gain, it makes sense. If you crit on this, you are getting your MP back. QABs look pretty good too. And then you also have the Brave Buster Chains with her MP. Sergeant is lower than normal on a Lancer though. First skill, debuff immunity, insta-kill immunity, and buff removal resistance for 1 turn. This is all at 80%, unfortunately. The invul is guaranteed, but this stuff is chance-based, which she doesn't have a way to secure this. So, pretty annoying that you might need all this stuff. 50% buster performance with a 50% battery on top. I don't think they're ever going to buff this skill. I don't think they're going to buff it. How do you buff this skill besides making this 3 turns? I don't think they're gonna make it 3 turns. And then her version of charisma, this part, Blessings of Kur, does not stack, so you cannot get like double the effects of what this does for Eresh's MP. But these I believe do stack. Party defense 20%, MP gen 30%, max HP 3k. These I believe can stack in a Vich setup. Debuff resist low, but she has it. Arts performance up 11%. That's why her arts card hits like refunds so well, because she has this as a passive. And then Goddess Essence. You don't really care about Divinity. Goddess Essence. So it makes her debuff resistance way higher than it normally would be. This really is up to you. If you want her to be like working in more setups like 90 plus, 90 plus plus, where she's not having Vich, like, or at least the Vich light with cooldown reduction. Vich Dark can give her 30% buster buff and battery, so she can MP in 1 turn if you get this. Extra attack is also good because she is tanky. She can do solos. Buffed MP made her really, really good. 5-hit damage mod against Earth attribute. If you have Blessing of Kur, 20% attack for 3 turns. Trade attack resistance up 20% for 3 turns. Insta-kill immunity 3 turns. And Buster performance up activates first. Sucks that this is only 10%. So insta-kill from here doesn't really matter because the buffed MP gives it to you, which is nice. Okay, so AoE Buster. Ereshkigal. She is probably the... So she's up there with Lartoria in terms of like Buster farming, like ease of use, and yes, ease of use. Ease of use and Earth attribute is a lot more common than like chaotic evil enemies, because that's also only when Lartoria ups her in MP damage. But in a double Vich setup, Lartoria is definitely going to out damage Eresh. We'll get into that later, but It's because Eresh isn't double stacking much. Lartoria is just going to be a better ease of use buster farmer, where you do not need Oberon to do it. Like, I'm prefacing that Oberon is not going to be a requirement to use Lartoria in buster farming, while like Melusine is ridiculous, but you, no matter what, you still need Oberon to do it in 3 turns. So Eresh. Sorry. I'll move this. All right. Eresh. A. You're A. Oh, Erice. Also, I need to speed this up a little bit. I'm spending a little too much time on this. I'm starting to treat this too much like a servant review. Okay, charge. This is actually gonna go by really, really fast though. Charge, okay. Hit count, okay. Attack, HP, okay. Good. This is what Summer Comma has. Okay. This fucks you up so much. You cannot do arts farming because of this. You bring her to fight bosses where there are a shitload of trash mobs you just don't want to deal with. And the boss has to be a servant. Decent against undead. Not that common, but Wuization can force it so that undead won't debuff her as much. Removes their buffs after damage. Insta-kill happens first. Literally, Art Slooper, she would be D. But I'm not mean, so she goes here. She has some... No, D. Because you always want this to happen first, and it doesn't. So, like, the damage might be blocked. You almost never want to insta-kill in farming, and you can't, like, don't have a choice. You can't, if you have servants mixed in with the enemies, you can't pop this skill until, like, wave 3. Otherwise, you're not going to refund. And it's only 3 hits. Yeah, no. I don't want to be mean, but this is that she needs multiple buffs to salvage this. They need to buff her MP and the 3rd skill to make it so she's not insta killing. Oh. No, see, because she does do decent damage. Yeah, I'm not being mean about this. She's MP5. Again, servants is 31,000, which is like, it's the highest against servants at higher than Ryouma, without him buff stacking. She at least gets that, so she's not in D. But like, I don't like. No one likes that she insta kills like this. All right, Fionn cool. Yeah, so elephant in the room is Percival. Percival literally makes all these other AoE art servants not good unless they're blowing his damage out of the water. But Fionn has a good kit to do this now. Arts MB Gen 30% battery, and this part doesn't really matter in farming. Buff for damage, or if you need refund, you can pop this. Like, if refund is solely the problem, you can pop this on the 2nd wave just to make sure you're going into the final able to actually MP. So an option, much like Siege. You are going to need mana loading to be able to do 0 to 100 comfortably. But this so in double Castoria, you just won't pop this. Wait. I'm trying to think double Castoria setup. Yeah, like for comfortability, you are gonna want this, but it takes a lot to get mana loading on a 4-star. Like you need you're gonna want especially a permanent 4-star. The same problem Talilok has. Or no, similar because Talilok, like her MP gen is actually affected by her battery. You really need the append for that for her for the farming to be clean. 3 hits, right, buffed. Hold up. 3 hits, reduces their attack. As more he can do farming, then he's good at it, honestly. So B, you can do it, you're better, way better than Erice at it, but you're not the best at it by any stretch of the imagination. Right. Ibaraki-Douji. Okay, first off, her upstairs looks great. Her weakest point is her up here is her attack is lower, and I guess her arts, but her MP charge is really good at 1.06. Like usually with 2-hit arts, this is at 0.8, and the quick cards aren't the best, but this is good refund. QABs, you're refunding a lot. Her charisma is bonkers. 20% attack, 30% MP damage for herself and MP gen. Debuff cleanse, max HP. This is better, I guess, disengage, but not by that much. So up for a buff. Star weight, star gen. Oh, right. You need this because of how her kit works. So star weight for a turn, crit damage, 50% for 1 turn. And you either get 30% buff, debuff resist, or reduce your own. So if you get this part, you cleanse it off with this. But that's not the only reason you'd cleanse. Debuff res, mat enhancement. She does not have a battery. You might want to go extra attack or just mana loading because it's safe. If you get to that point. Ignores defense MP, reduce star gen, drop 30 stars as the base. So this really doesn't matter. And if you want to cleanse it, you can cleanse it. But 30 stars base OC is really nice. Especially in QABs, that basically makes it so if every card is at least, or it's either the cards are going to be 100% or 100% crit, or they're going to be close enough that a QAB will actually make it so it's 100%. Merlin's Bond CE too. I like her. A lot of people give her shit, but she's solid. She is solid. I genuinely actually would take her over Bryn. Like Bryn has support, but hold up. Yeah, even though her damage is down here, this is still good 3-turn damage, while a lot of these servants are 1 turn. Like specifically Bryn. Hers is 1 turn and then she falls off. So if you're fighting Brynhild Beloved, it's different, but her crits should be way better. Like she is much heavily focused on crits. Which works very well in double Vitch. Let me say that. It helps that no matter what, she's always gonna have stars. Because Vitch only is 1 turn star bombs. Jeanne d'Arc Santa Lily. Wait. John the Arc Altar, Santa Lily. So Jolter Santa Lily. I don't know why they just don't call her that. Well, most people just call her Santa Lily. All right. Hit count looks okay. MP charge looks appropriate for these the hit count. HP low, attack better than close to average at least. 1 HP ups their star gen. 20% battery. Debuff res 50%. But the Jolter stuff, except more damage, but more damage to yourself too. It's 1 turn. Damage mod against herself. Funny. Damage to all enemies. Reduce debuff resist by 10% for 1 turn. 1 turn attack up. Doesn't proc first party healing. Yeah, this MP fucking sucks. This MP fucking sucks. Healing of C 30% while she's on the field. Yeah, this is so clunky. It's not even funny. Like, why are these 1 turns? You can't do the heal. So she can do Oberon farming. The damage just really isn't going to be good. Like, you thought anyone else's damage was going to be shit. Hers is definitely going to be shit. You're going to have problems clearing like waves. Yeah, no. This is not enough to save. Because that's only 1 turn too. Yeah, you're not in don't use, but you're in D. You're in D because you can you're only in D because you can buster farm. However bad it is, you can at least do it. All right, I will be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. Okay, Kagetora. So attack higher than average, HP. Okay. Sorry, it took me a second to get back into the cheerless mindset. Charge 0.45 low, but it makes up for the ridiculously good hit counts of the arts and extra. Like 2 buster cards for more damage. I honestly don't know if I would have preferred having 2 quicks though. I think I would have preferred having 2 quicks over 1. 1 turn arts buff, star weight. Evasion, MP gen with it. Attack, crit damage, star gen. This is a good charisma. Better than Ishar's. Amateur against riders, cool. We don't have serving coins though, so unless yours is maxed out. 8 hit, single target MP, removes offensive buffs. It's gonna be here. Crit attack chance down, scales with overcharge up to 60, which is nice. Arts and MP gem while she's on the field, which is a good Ponzi to have. And when we go to damage, 60,000 for 1 turn. Probably drops off around here. Yeah, so above an MP1 Melusine, but the refund just isn't gonna be as good as Melusine. Actually, it actually might for one turn, you might have better refund than Melusine. But after that, Melusine will easily out refund as is expected. So like even without the arts buff, you'll still be hitting like pretty hard. Yeah. If her buffs were 3 turns, she would be here. But they're only 1 turn. Karna. Again, he could do buster farming. It's just requiring double Oberon. The second they buff his battery, okay. First off, I love this costume. It is awesome. Attack higher than average, HP higher than average. Epi charge good for hit counts. Well, the hit counts could here could be better. Buster and extra. Debuff resist and seals an MP. This also this one honestly is fine, I guess. But this why is this 25%? He would be able to do double Vich Oberon if this was 30. Damn. If he gets a gauge per turn, he actually might be able to do buster farming. Double Vich Oberon. I think he might be. Because he's just 10 shy on the third wave. So he'd still have to use K scope, but at least he would have better damage than trying to do double Oberon farming. This skill is good otherwise. Like it's literally his best skill, but this part ruins it from him getting more damage over like this. Nope. Debuff res, quick performance, good. He has two cards. Damage mod against Divine, which are fairly common, and Buster res down for 3 turns at every single MP. If you can refund with him, he does good damage, but you're gonna like you have to jump through extra hoops. He's not better than a rush, but he's not bad either. Yeah, I'm starting to wrap this up. All right, Kyo. I promise I will not tell lies. I like my body the way it is right now. And also finding nothing burning in my apartment. Attack lower than average, HP okay. MP charge good. And with QABs, this deck looks way better than it is. It's basically like Shisho, but with better refund. Yeah, BQA will gen a good amount of MP and stars. %30 crit attack chance down, 3 turns, good. 3 turns buster performance at 30%, good. It's just that's all this does. Defense down 30%, but you buff their attack by 20% for 3 turns. So that this is dangerous, but at least their skills aren't bad. We're not looking at Berserker Kyo. Like this one looks good, like has a good kit so far. Madness EX, good buster MP. Serving coins, I would say extra attack because she's not a farmer. 6 hit, skill seal, pretty much guarantee. Burn, use with Honey Lake. This burn is almost nothing. I would say buff the MP before buffing any of the skills. Okay. Where are you? You're here. Is she better than Brynhild though? Because it's here or here. You're not better than Ibaraki. Yeah, I like the Shisho refund, but it's not better than Ibaraki. Like, so yeah, you're here. Oh, biased time, chat, biased time. We got Shisho. If you're in my streams, you know how much I love Shisho. Bunny suit is content. Attack slightly lower than average. HP fairly high, all things considered. Yeah, almost 15k. MP charge 0.71. Sargen, don't worry. Hit counts, QABs clean her up so well. And since she has a quick MP, that means you get to choose whether your third card is the buster for damage or arts card for a refund. She works very well with Ruler Scotty. Very well. You are going to want to mix, but Ruler Scotty, my god. Chance-based crit damage and star weight. Evasion for 1 turn. The buff turns that buff success rate into guaranteed. Guaranteed 20% battery, 50% card buff. And here, this before was hard, like it was never going to work. Now we have Woozation. Like whether you're doing it, ideally you'd want to have your own Woozation summer to enable to make everyone undead. With undead and divine, Shisho, I believe, hits the hardest in the entire game. Divine is fairly common. There are a lot of archers that are divine. Undead you can put on anyone. So Shisho, like with the support, Shisho can at least get this on any enemy. Because traits aren't debuffs. They can't be blocked or like debuff immunity. They're not debuffs. You're adding a trait to them. Yeah, I don't think anything hits as hard as this. %, this over this, because you're not 20% batteries isn't gonna get you at 100. You want to be like going for like crits, performance, anything to make Shisho pop off. I probably wouldn't say Black Rail. I'd say you'd want to focus more on her face guard stuff, because her MP hits so hard. I don't think she needs the Black Rail unless you are literally trying to nuke. But if you do put Black Rail on, you're more likely than not get a kill or at least break bar no matter how high. And with the crits and face guards, like this is affected. If you can make them undead, you are getting 100% damage on crits. With Ruler Scotty giving you like what 100% buster crit, Scotty like and all that stuff. But I'm hyping Shisho up like this. Her overcharge literally does nothing. That is her weakness. Her overcharge pretty much does nothing. That's the one thing about her kit I don't like anymore. So not EX, but you're A. 100% you're A. Next, we got Lartoria. Alter. Lartoria will be up soon. High base attack, like almost 10k. HP lower to compensate, but it's not that low. underboob though. That if only this was appearance tier list, chat. If only. Also, the art is adorable. Star rate, star gen, MP charge. Her hit count is not the best. She came out at probably one of the right before they started making hit counts better. So this is it's not egregious, but it's not great. Refund is definitely affected by it. Her buff, it makes it good. Like if you had to do double Oberon, this is the servant that actually makes it tolerable. Wait a second. All right, she doesn't get battery on MP. Unfortunate. I'm trying to think of the setup for this. Because it's the Buster buff tied to the battery. You'd start with a K-scope. Next turn. Oh no, okay. Turn 1 damage, you can't even pop this. Wait. Yeah, you'd pretty much have to wait to pop this on turn 3, which definitely affects her looping damage. Yeah, because it's a 620, it's a 320s and then a 50. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like I wanted to say like good things about this, but like unless you can reduce cooldown, which you can't in double Oberon, not to get this low enough, it's not ideal. Her damage isn't going to be best. Her third turn though, if you get a Brave Buster Chain and like you're relying on crits to end it, no, that's going to be fine. But other than that, she got screwed over. She got screwed over on this. If she was able to get like 10% on when they buff her charisma, because that needs to get buffed, it might fix her. Crit crit damage, stars. This also could use a buff, but it's not that bad. This needs to get buffed desperately. Please fix it. The same time you buff Salter, buff this one. MP ignores defense, chance to seal, and curse. The curse isn't baby curse, but it's still not great. I'm probably gonna summon for her like when she goes on raid up with Moriarty, but like here I would prefer you Buster farming than her, but you're not that much better. This single target, right? Yeah, this single target. Yeah, no. I would, but you do around the same damage, and she has 3 hits. She can extend it. And pure, yeah, no, you are definitely not on the same tier. No conceivable way can I put these two on the same tier. All right, Lartoria. Hey, you're better at Buster farming than Ereshkigal, but there's a gigantic elephant in the room, and I can't put you in EX. Up here, lower than average. HP is to compensate. She has very high HP, just like original Saber. MP charge, very high. She has close to Saber's hit count, but it's just like better. It works better in QABs. 5 hit extra. Like, this is what OG Saber's hit count should be. Not her deck, but her hit count should be around this. Which is just adding another hit on her quick card, I believe. And the extra attack. So good up here. Not the best, but could be worse. This is really, really good. Because you can do this turn 2 and 3. These are 2 different damage mods they add into each other. And as you see, fairly high. Like comparable with all servants with other mods. If you get both. And then chaotic or evil is just widespread. This needs to get buffed. 50% battery and a cleanse. They're probably not buffing this. MP needs a buff. And I saw a Kadroth once overcharge on this. Sure. If they're not gonna, like, if it's not MP damage, give her overcharge. No, actually, give her like charge per turn on here or something. Because then the overcharges can be a little irrelevant. I don't know. Up in the air. They can do a lot with this character. So yeah, she's in A. Shuwen. Attack, good. HP, lower, but still fine. Hit count looks good. Kung Fu Man. 1 turn evasion, 100% crit damage, 1 turn. I mean, ignore evasion. 1 turn of evasion, star weight, 1 turn. 1 turn arts, ignore invincibility, gain stars. Ignores defense, reduce defense, happens after damage, chance to insta-kill. Guy's a 1 pump chump. Where are you? Wrong list. Please, Shuwen. Here, but this is only 1 turn. Will fall off dramatically. Kagetora is just better. Like, you should, if you have Kagetora, you should be using Kagetora. There's no reason to use him. So you're down a tier. At least. Medea Lily. Very low attack. This is not good. HP is definitely to compensate, but this is way too low for a 4-star. MP charge also pretty low, but the hit counts on quick and arts makes sense. Still has a charm for males, but at least it's 100% because it wasn't before. Reduces enemy quick resistance. This is what matters more. Monster strength for 1 turn needs to get buffed. Guts, 30% battery. Invul for 1 attack. Debuff res, goddess essence, so hard to debuff her, 40%. This, if you want to get use a 50% MP on the first turn. This is going to be good if you're actually doing longer stuff. Yeah, actually, considering you want to be looping her MP to like really slam down the quick res, probably gonna want this. This is just to like start off better, but like I always say, if you're a single target, you're more likely to gonna want extra attack over mana loading, because mana loading helps at the start. This helps literally the rest of the battle. 80% chance to stun, which is nice for like actually being able to refund. Like you can possibly just stun lock them. And say you get you refund so well that you're hitting I mean, this is not for MP1, but for MP2, like you're actually looping so much, you're getting overcharged too consistently. You're just gonna stun lock. Quan Si is good too. She's balanced. Her base attack is low because of that monster strength. If they buff it, she can go here. And it's because she's like spamming quick res down as much as she is. Like that is hot, like constantly critting. Double Scotty definitely would help. Like she'd be doing a lot of damage and just refunding pretty well, to the point that once the Scotty buffs are up, you'll have like 60+% quick res down, and just keep that train going as long as possible and stunning. I want to put her up here, but she needs that monster strength buffed. Last thing. Yeah, last thing in her kit that hasn't been buffed. She needs monster strength buffed. Make it 2 or 3 turns, not 1. Oh, melt. Okay, so I need to remind people, this is MP1 melt. This is MP1 summer melt, not like anything higher. When you look at this damage, this is with the attack buff. This is with this 50% attack buff. She falls off very quickly. So I'll wait for the turn, and then a 60% battery by draining. I'm doing this out of order because of that. Good attack, good base attack. HP, cool. MP charge, good, considering this good hit count with double quick, double arts. 125% uptime on the arts buff. So in longer fights, you will always have an arts buff, possibly double stacking it. Invul for 1 turn, buff remove resistance, water side battlefield to force Nemo. And yeah. Debuff res, 37.5%, crit damage, riding, double quick. Up in the air, which one you want, if you can get it that high. It removes evasion buffs, ignores defense, 20 stars. I can't. I'm in this. I can't preface how much this is NP1 summer melt. I have used MP1 summer melt. Oops. Shoot. I have used MP1 summer melt. She needs so much extra help. You have to be so tactical with when you're popping, like, say, Castoria MPs for more attack. You can't pop them the turn before turn 3, because then her battery doesn't do anything. If she does not refund 100%, you can't do Castoria MPs with the farming, at least not in the on turn 2. You'd either have to pop it on turn 1 or turn 3. And on turn 3, they're going to get drained, so they're not popping it unless you have another attack buff. She can be a really good farmer with CEs, but like most people would want to do Black Rail with her. Yeah, most people want to do Black Rail. She only outdamages Percival because she has the attack buff. They're definitely better than Erice, though. So you're here. Yeah, same level as Fionn. Because you can use Castorias with him, and it doesn't ruin the loop. All right, we have 14 more. Yeah, so I was not gonna do this. Oh. Yeah, she gets her own tier. She is literally getting her own tier. If you think she's not busted, you are delusional. This character is absolutely broken, and the devs were definitely smoking something when they thought up this character and gave it as much as they did. They could have. I'm with Cadroth on this, that you could take out so much stuff in her kit and she'd still be good. You could take out these two, and this would still be a really good skill. 40% attack and 30% battery. You could take out. She has this because of Lancelot, but this is all Lancelot's skills. They literally crammed all of Lancelot's skills and put him on 2 skills, and then gave her extra shit. And then there's this, where you're able to start buster farming with Black Rail at level 1. You don't need to level the skill and you can buster farm. You level the skill so that you can get 30% MP damage when you're buster farming. That will stack with Oberon. Attack is high, HP is high, charge is high considering the hit count. Arc's performance on her passive debuff for those. Both like this and her cooking. You get this and you don't need to level this. Get this if you really want to be using her as an arts one. Arts MP has the Lancelot thing, drops 10 stars, and you start stacking MP generate, so that once the Castoria buffs goes away, you are just still looping your MP. Then in stage 3, ignore invul, burn, damage all enemies, stacks buster. I cannot feasibly put her in the same category as any other servant. She is, like, in all the tier lists, she is the first that's getting her own tier. I have used this character using completely support craft essence, like the detective foams. She's still, like, the only nodes she has problems with are sabers, and that's on wave 2 or 1. If you have a saber, she's not killing it. But the second you get to the second she actually starts stacking the buster buffs, like, it's over. And like, the higher MP, the more you just don't care about class advantage. She can definitely farm sabers, buster farming, if she has on a higher MB copy. It is literally unfair to put her in the same tier as Enkidu, because that would be saying Enkidu would be, like, similar in power to Melusine. He's not. She is 100% power creep. If it wasn't for Oberon, she would not be as busted as she is. But with Vitch and Oberon, it's over. Like, if she came out years ago, there wouldn't have been a problem. People wouldn't have said she was as broken as she was. She would be very good. She'd be a very interesting servant, but she wouldn't be broken. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate this character. I just, like, you have to call a spade a spade. You can, like, at MP1, her damage does not matter. This chart lies about damage because it's not showing, like, ramp ups. Or it not lies, but it's not showing the whole story. Like, she can black rail farm as a buster servant and functions in the full double Oberon setup. She is broken. She's broken at MP1. She is like, you will never, if you have more than MP3 Melusine, you will literally never need another Lancer. You just won't. Okay. Nezha. I should have just saved Melusine for the end. I really should have just saved Melusine for the end. Because now all the other Lancers are going to look bad in comparison. Or like lackluster. Alright. I think this kid is cool. I'm always a fan of Buster Quick. Attack, close to average. HP, a little bit lower, but still good. Charge 0.72. Good hit counts. This is lower than I'd like, but it's fine. This is lower than I'd like. Also, this is what Don Quixote has. The 20% sucks. Like you're literally leveling from a passive to like normal level ones. At least the crit damage is on a normal thing. I think that's the they put the crit damage on here, and that's why this is Gimp. But like they should have. At least Nez is not a quick farmer. If she was an actual quick servant, she would have gotten screwed on this. Her refund would have been scuffed because they put crit on the skill. 1 guts, 1 time 5 turns, basically battle continuation with a battery. Damage mod against demonic, defense against demonic, and the damage mod is 50%. 5,000 star weight, debuff cleanse, drop stars. This is loaded for a 5-turn cooldown, honestly. And you can double stack this with Vitch. Casters, cause it's 20% battery. I would just go extra attack. Damage to all enemies, burns. This is hard. This is a strong burn at 3,000. If you get burn amps, cool. But Honey Lake and MP damage. Definitely better than Liz. As a combat servant, Liz is there because esports. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so Nezha Buster farming, able to do it better. Would have better face card damage and just better turns than Liz. I don't know if I want to put her on the same team as Karna though. Yeah, wait. Because yeah, no, I don't want to put her on the same tier as Karna. All right, no, I'm moving Liz to extremely niche and moving Nezha down. Yeah, because I can't put Liz on the same tier as this one, as Santa Lily. And Lily's not. She's MP5. If she's MP1, she'd be don't use, but she's MP5. Yeah, that looks better. She's so notorious for esports that I'll just put her in niche because of that. All right, next turn, Parvati. Okay. Again, I'm keeping my bias because this is an MP1 Parvati and I'm used to MP5. Their problem isn't going to be refund, it's killing stuff. base 8 attack is low. You need to grail her if you want her to be like farming like effectively. You need to grail her. She will loop very, very well, but you need killing stuff is going to be the problem. Attack HP is high. But also the killing stuff is a caveat because she does have a roided skill. Very high MP charge, hit count's good. Yeah, so 50% attack, 50% defense, 100% star gen, debuff res for a turn. You can't rely on this. This is a turn 3 thing. So you need to be able to clear waves. So grails are pretty much required for her to like be farming like good. I mean, not required, but like you will do far better if you can grail her and get her attack. If you that's how lower attack is. You need to get her to level 100 to get to what a lot of these other servants are at level 80, maybe 85. And then there's a skill. So it's basically a 10% battery. You drain 10% from yourself and then you give yourself 20. I want them to buff this. Out of all her kit, they need to buff this. Oh, wait. No, MP over this battery. 100%. Because the MP hasn't been buffed. AoE, 4 hits. Like, even with 4 hits, she is one of the easiest quick servants to loop with. And she also charges the battery. Yeah, so buff the MP. Let her do damage. Because this is with the attack buff, the same as Summer Melt. Yeah, so she's like, she does less damage than an MP1 Bradamante, but they do about the same damage on turn 3. So Bradamante would need heavier supports or like thicker battery supports. Parvati, you can go for like supports that would help her damage out more. So you, like Bradamante, you would want Neurobride. Parvati, you might just want Oberon. Yeah. Parvati, do you want Oberon if you want more damage? And again, Bradamante would like benefit from Oberon too. Like probably more, honestly. Because she has MP damage in her kit. So with that being said, you're here. Yeah, like me mentioning them, like they're pretty. It depends, but you could probably get away with Parvati more than you could Bradamante, if we're going by George's list. You're more likely to get overkill, but Parvati is gonna hit the 50 more consistently. Also, she charms, like AoE charm, so good. Stops her from getting hit. Like, why need defense when you just don't get hit forehead? Easy. All right, we have 10 more? Yeah. All right, Percival, EX. What can't you do, Percival? What can't you do? MB charge, good. Attack, slightly below average or at the average. HP, cool. Good deck. Good hit counts. 30% arts, 20% battery, 20% MP damage. These skills really don't matter, but in a boss fight, Help with refund. Taunt 3 turns. MP Gen when taking attacks. One turn of invul and heal them. You can pop this on himself so that he will refund his MP, especially against multi-hit attacks. So you can, I would say, go mana loading just so you have, you can save some charge from Castorias just in case you need it. You probably don't. Yeah, you're probably not gonna need charge with Percival. He does so, he loops so well. Like any MP damage CE you put on him, not an MP gain or charge, he doesn't need it. Ignores invul, deals damage to all enemy, heals lowest HP 3000. So he's good with Castoria. He heals up Castorias, and they keep him spamming, and he MP more MP damage every time he MPs. Or no, every time he MPs, he gets MP damage as well. This does not ramp up. Cool for this. This is something you can run on him, and he'll function even better as a farmer. So good. And he's just straight consistent. This is just good damage type neutral. Doesn't change that match, only gets better. Easy X for ease of use and just like ease of use and just damage. At MP1, he's great. Any higher, and you can farm type neutral easily. Liangyu. H attack like low like Parvati, but HP it was 100% to compensate, and she does want the HP. Deck, I think this is the best she was gonna get. I wouldn't have given her triple quick like Hosuin or Van Gogh, but at least the refund should be quicker. So same 20%, but also the 30%. So just like Nezha, except that instead of Quicken Buster, it's Quicken Arts. Star weight 3 times debuff immunity. Buff removal resistance 3 times 3 turns. This is very, very nice in certain challenge quests. Because just look at Lost Belt 7. There is a boss fight where every time you break bar, all your buffs are gone. So having buff removal resistance is extremely helpful for that, and not making that fight take longer than it already does. And then they buff this, so it's a 2 times 5 turns guts instead of a 2 times 3 turns. So they gave it 2 more turns, and that makes all the difference. 30% battery on top. It's 15 stars every turn for 5 turns, and this is much better. This is much better than what it used to be. You can get to your MP quicker. Because it's MP1, you're not gonna get the choice between these two, and it really, I still say extra attack over going battery. Just she gets more out of extra attacks when she's solo. So she gives herself 2 on attack buffs and then 1 defense, 2 defense buffs. When you attack the enemy, defense down 10% for 3 turns. When normal attacking, 3 times. Remove his enemy buffs if you crit. And with the stars here, you can actually do that. And it's all buffs. So you just need to crit once. It's not removing the latest buff. It is all buffs. Reduce enemy crit chance 10% when you take normal attacks. 30% attack buff, which is why her base attack is low. Because you can spam this MP. When you get crit, heal 2000, and that's 3 times, 5 turns. So if you can spam her MP, she is healing fairly well. The problem is just like spamming the MP, because she might just get one shot or something. Uh, self buffer. These two here. She would be here if she didn't get the guts buff, but a 3-time, what is it? 3-time 2-turn? 3-time 5 turns. No, 2 times 5 turns. Yeah, that's better than 2 times 3 turns. You can actually take advantage of it. She's not going to be a Van Gogh. She's not going to be a Super Ryan. But she would probably be better than Hosuin. Although he would ramp up crit damage, she ramps up attack. And you can have you could have multiple of those up at once. Raikou. God damn it! Why is this not an art tier list? Maybe in the future. I don't care. She does not look like a real person. I don't care. Base attack, average, or we just looked at 2 characters that were like barely above 8,000. This looks much better. HP lower to compensate. Star weight, star gen, normal, MP charge, good considering the hit counts on the deck. Actually, I'm surprised she has a 0.75 with a 4-hit arch card. Star weight for a turn and 50% crit damage. 3 turns, targetable 3-turn buster buff at 40% with a cleanse. Why doesn't she have that on her? Why isn't her buster buff on Berserker 3 turns? 20% attack, party sergeant up, and not restricted to males. Unlike older, unlike the year 1 summer servants. Magic resist, riding, madness enhancement, because of course, but at least it's at a lower rank. Always ignores defense, 20 star bomb. So she has to support. How are you in comparison to Ibaraki Lancer? You barely hit harder than Ibaraki Lancer. And you both ignore defense. Yeah, both same. Hold up, I need to see Meraki Lancer again. Is they're either on the same tier or they're Ibaraki should have way better regen. They both only have the turn of Star Weight. Honestly, they're both similar up that it doesn't really matter. These two are 100% interchangeable. One or the other, they would perform about the same. Grand Roma. Okay, so for this, we are considering like the meme setup too. I am going to bring up the meme setup where you have Boudica, George just to put the dragon trait, Siegfried for his ridiculous dragon mods, all like just dragons, Roman dragon slaying. And like that's him as a support. Like he can also be a buster farmer. Alright, so MB charge. It looks low, but like look at these 4 hits and 3 hits, 5 hit. Uh, drop stars, 20% attack, 20% crit damage. If you are Roman, another 30%, and you put the Roman debuff on all enemies. Invoked. I'll go more in depth on his video very soon because I will redo his video. 2 attacks, 3 turns, good. 30% battery, Oberon farming, and Star Bomb. The low Star Bomb, but still Star Bomb. 30% buster, star weight, 1 turn, 500%. And whenever you crit, you put the Roman trait on people. Pass 9% buster as a passive, crit damage. He has an archer passive as a lancer. Mana loading, so he can do more buster farming or extra attack if you want more DPS. So it is not hard to start stacking this. I believe the Roman trait extra damage is per enemy. Not if you fight like people that have a total of like 10 Roman traits, he will do max damage. It's based on the stacks on the person. I believe. Wait. I'd actually need to look that up, whether it's the Roman traits on the field or how many debuff. And this all happens after. TLDR, you can get like really, really stupid damage with him. Charisma on his MP. And then this will loop back to here, and everyone will start getting this. Roman allies attack up. I would say on the same level as Lartoria, because it is harder to use him in buster. His damage isn't going to be as high in buster farming because he. Yeah, hold up. Romulus here. Lartoria is. So yeah, Lartoria actually can use Black Rail, or at least the new one. Romulus would hit harder. Yeah, so the new Black Rail actually isn't that it's not that impactful compared to having a good Bunyan CE. But you might not have the CE. You can get this at any time. And this is also not counting the damage mod. Yeah, this isn't counting the damage mod. Lartoria would if you're fighting someone that is chaotic or evil, she will hit harder. So I think putting them on the same tier is fair. All right, I have to get going pretty soon, so we need to wrap this up. Ryouma. Attack lower, HP is to compensate. He's a tanky AoE arts looping lancer. He can do looping. He's better at a boss fight by far. Deck hit count is okay. His MP gain is to match his 2 4-hit arts. Yeah, good hit count. AoE arts buff 20%. Crit damage 30% and overcharge party 1 stage 1 time 3 turns. Works with Gastoria. You get extra hits of solemn defense. Chart 50% battery. Buff removal resistance 3 turns. 100%. Can't take his buffs. Debuff immunity 3 turns. You can't give him debuffs. Whatever happens in a boss fight, he's good. 30% arts, 30% buster, 10 stars every turn. Debuff res, quick performance, only has 1 arts card though. Has crit damage though. Extra attack. You want this man looping as well as you can. If you can help him his refund, all the better. Base effect is 50% defense for a turn. So you're already more tanky. The only thing he is missing is healing. If he had healing, he'd be like completely self-sufficient and soloing stuff. He also ramps up MP damage. So for farming, nice. Bring him with Oberon, and then you will get 120% MP damage off this. Arts, performance, and MP gen. So with 2004, you cannot use Black Crow, but if you bring Oberon, there's no way you're not able to use Black Crow. I don't believe for a second you can't use Black Crow with Oberon. It's just the battery situation is something you have to play around with. But if you want him to do good, you're gonna need Oberon, because all these other ones don't need it. He can definitely do it with Black Crow. You just need Oberon. Oberon pretty makes it like all these, especially for Quicken Arts. Most of them use 2004. If you like use Plug Suit and Oberon, they can loop. It's just that this is like forcing yourself to have Oberon with Quicken Arts is more demanding than asking you to have it with Vich, because Vich you need it. 30% battery servants need Oberon. They don't need Oberon to loop and do good damage. Ryouma. Here. Yeah, potential. But Percival is just like easier for looping at type neutral and is like having nothing, while you need extra bells and whistles to do it. Also, does some Percival hit harder? I mean, yeah, because he's using Black Crow. But yeah. And again, Percival also could use the same thing applies to Percival. He doesn't need this. Like, he doesn't need this CE period. He doesn't need the CE period. You can like literally, you can just plug suit him in and Oberon, not for MP gain, but just like for damage. All right, next up, Tamamo Lancer. Wet t-shirt Tamamo. Tamamo Shark. Truly a weapon of mass destruction. Assets countries would go to war over. Oh, wait, I forgot. She did make people go to war over her. My bad. She has mastered the wet t-shirt. Attack, lower. HP, high. MP charge, high, but hit counts suffer, but not really here. It's here. It suffers. And so, decent quick cards. Party attack, 20%. Star Gen males, please buff it and just make it general Star Gen. I get it, but please stop this. Charm one enemy, reduce their defense, curse them, and then charge them. It's like, this can be a demerit, or it's either you can be smart about this and like make this so it's a non-issue. Like when they already have their MP, it doesn't matter. Or if you know you're gonna kill them, really doesn't matter. The buff to this skill is ridiculous. 50% crit damage, 1 turn of invul, 3 turns star gen, 1 turn MP gen, debuff res, heal rate, 30% battery. So you have to choose between these two, and that's actually a tough choice. I want to go with this, but this would be better for 90 plus. So I have to say this. MP2 is different. You get to have both. You have to get to have your cake and eat it too. But MP1, I have to say go with this. Gotta be careful. Her MP doesn't have a normal fact other than kicking guys in the nuts really, really, really hard. That is her MP. Polygamous castration fist. Robin has PTSD of this. I really like it. I hyped it up. But she kind of, against non-male, she's pretty much on the same level of these. So if there was a plus, she'd be in B plus. I don't have a B plus. And like also, let's see. Yeah, she also does around the same damage as E-Servants too. So I putting her in the same tier is fair. 4 more that I gotta go. Valks. Again, this is MP1. And they hit lower than her body. At least they hit harder than Parvati on average, but yeah, that's her benefit. They hit harder than Parvati on average, but Parvati can have higher highs. Even lower attack, holy crap, but higher HP. Oh my god, that's almost 7,000, dude. You really need to grail the why are they giving these quick servants so hard? Like, she doesn't even have the attack buff to like say that's why. Hit count is worse. This isn't good hit count. Yeah, not good hit count. Unlike Parvati that gets quick and MP gain, she gets quick and MP damage. Evasion, 1 attack, 3 turns. Debuff immunity, 1 time, 3 turns. Damage cut, more defensive. You would use Valks in a boss fight, while Parvati is more restricted to farming. 10% gauge every turn. HP, stars every turn. Seven hit quick. Insta-kill, demonic, so overcharge really does nothing. At least this happens after damage, but demonic is fairly common though. Yeah, hasn't gotten buffed at all. Just hits lower. So you're here. Like you'd be better off with Parvati because at least you're stunning. Like cool, pierce in evasion. No, there are a lot of archers that have dodges. Amiya, but yeah. All right. Vlad. 3 more. Attack, not it's still in the 8,000, but at least it's far away from like 8,000 flat. Uh, HP is to compensate. It's fine. Charge high. Hit count looks really, really good. Honestly, I would have liked more arts and quick hits, but 1.1 looks very good in a QAB. First skill, Protection of Faith, what King Hassan has. 20% attack, 40% defense for 1 turn. Heal, debuff res, 100%. He's good tactics. This helps out his damage so much. When he's attacked, defense down, like Summer Rest. 5 attacks, 3 turns. With a taunt for 1 turn. Stars per turn. His kit just flows together now. And the heal is for like after he gets hit a bunch. Extra attack 100%. If you can unlock it. Ignores invincibility, damage to 1 enemy, damage against evil alignment. He hits very hard. And he doesn't even have a buffed MP. He hits very hard. And his he just sets up very well. All his buff multiply well together. He is far above these two. I can put him here. He is much better than these two. In terms of like MP damage. Crits. Not so much crits. But like he nukes people. Like he can do more than double their MP damage. Vitch would give him what he's lacking. Or Merlin or whoever. So I would put him here above these two. Also these two haven't gotten buffs. He has. So he's likely to get another buff before these two get one. Ritra. I love this character. I'm a fan of Dragon Girls. No cap. Very high base attack. Very high. MP charge low, but that's because of hit counts and deck. If she was double buster in 1 quick, she would definitely have higher MP gain, but she doesn't. But it's fine. Arts up 3 turns. Star weight for 1 turn. Damage mod against Divine. 30% battery. Guts 1 time. MP damage 1 time 5 turns at 20%. And 10% battery every turn. This is usually 20%, but it's a 5 turn instead of the 3 turn, so it's fine. Debuff res, Dragonkind, so her 1 buster card, 10% more damage, and then base damage cut. Mana loading. 3 hit, seals her skills, reduce crit attack chance, and arch res down. If you can start looping this, good. She is boss fight, can do farming. Can do like black rail farming to Ritra. Yeah, she has the highest average. She falls off for 1 turn and then just goes right back up. At least her turn 1 is still better than her turn 3 is better than her turn 1. But there's always nuances you can do with it too. If you don't need the 10% battery, you can just save it for wave 3. On level of as Ryouma. They're about the same. Percival is just a better looper. These two function and can do more stuff. Last one, Summer Guchan. Where are you? Okay. Attack, high for a 4-star. HP, low. MP charge, very high for a modern servant. Hit counts, lower to compensate. Cure is weaker, but it's honestly all good. QABs can fix up a lot of her problems. Especially since this isn't one hit, it's 3. You're not Shisho refunding, but it's still not terrible. A Guts with only 1 turn of downtime. MP Gen up 20%. If you're on water side or sunlight, you get even more MP Gen. So up to 60% MP Gen, which, like I said, helps with her refund. Targetable 20% battery. Taunt to self, which she has a Guts, so it's going to help her. Like, all these affect her refund when she gets hit as well. So if she's taunted, she's going to get a lot of her HP. And if she dies, she has the Guts. Quick performance, party crit damage, 50%. I truly forget that this is a party-wide crit damage at 50. This is low, though. But short cooldown. We don't have coins. So, yeah. I'm kind of... You're even worse position than... than permanent servants. At least permanent servants, you got 30 coins. Like these, I think you have to go to like bond 11. Single target, damage mod against males, inflicts curse and burn to them. Similar to Kirei, but she doesn't have the amp. So you can run Honey Lake. I honestly forgot she did this part. Now, does she hit harder than Tama Lancer? 50,000, and then male is 75,000. Yeah, so she just hits harder than Tamamo, but she's quick. Yeah, she's either here or here. I want to, okay, so I'm putting her up here only because she is MP5. Only because she is MP5. None of her buffs, are, one turn. Some of Tamamo's are one turn. They both have the 50% crit damage. They both have the damage niche. She can run Honey Lake though. I'm willing to accept like she can be up here because she can run Honey Lake and Tamamo can't. If you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like or a sub. And if you're feeling really generous, give me some feedback on the video in the comment section. I am very much looking to improve in the coming months as the channel continues to grow. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.